All right, so let's take a moment to listen to your still small voice, and actually to speak into that. I would love to, in a moment, just letting my team know, I'm going to pull in a moment of inspiration to help you really hear what his process was in listening to that still small voice. So there is one area of life that you would love to hear a message about, that you are receiving some longing, and you want to have an answer that let me read this correctly. A message that answers your longing, there we go, and dissolves your discontent. So there is a higher power that is sending you signals, a still small voice. This signal, these messages actually answer the longing within you, and it dissolves your discontent within you. And so I'm going to bring to the stage here a man that is so special to my heart, and his name is Jubril Wilson. So if you could ask my team to bring Jubril to the stage, I'm going to let Jubril talk a little bit about his process in listening to the still small voice to answer the longing and dissolve the discontent. Let me get my self-centered. Here we go. Hello, Jubril.
Hi, how you doing, Jennifer?
It's
Are you
all
there?
good. It's good. I'm good. It's so great to have you. Thank you for being here. And Jubril, we can see
Oh,
you, but if you could keep your eyes right on your camera, then you're looking right at me and you're looking right at all of the beautiful viewers. That would be wonderful. I know it's a little tricky with so many different monitors, but we're so grateful for you. We're so appreciative for you coming in and telling your story. So we've covered a lot of concepts up until this moment, especially, if you're brand new. So we're talking about, of course, listening to this still small voice today as the number one signal that highly successful people listen to. And there was a time in your life when you were experiencing a lot of longing and discontent. Mary likes to say it's life unlived symptomizing. It was symptomizing in your health. Had symptomized in your marriage and you were divorced. It had been symptomizing in you had a career, but you were struggling in money. You had a daughter and a mom, but you weren't seeing her as much as you would love. So just take us into that moment. Describe some of the longing and discontent that was going on in your life, Jubril.
all right. Well, thank you, Jennifer. A long time a couple of years ago, I had a divorce that was really painful. And I had given up on love and I pretty much given up on life, but I still had a daughter. And I also was really upset about not having that much money. I was a realtor, but all I had was really the license. And I was making about 12 to 15,000 max a year for maybe that past 3 to 4 years. It was really tough to make a living and also take care of my daughter. And I couldn't even think about dating anyone or meeting anyone. And I was heartbroken. I felt disappointed, and I felt that I let down my daughter and my family. So it was a really dark place for me. Regarding my health, I developed high blood pressure. I started eating a lot of sugar and developed type 2 diabetes at the time. And it was really, I really felt like I was just killing myself intentionally, or just doing things that just really weren't good for me because I was down.
Yeah, I know. We don't like to talk about the pain side so much. However, the pain of where we are needs to be strong enough, more than the pain of the potential opportunities that we're going to be growing into, in order for us to seek a change. So I know that out of the blue, you had a colleague in realty who said, you know what, Jubril, I think you need to come to this 3-day event called Dream Builder Live. I think it'd be really good for you. And she had an extra ticket, and she gave you a free ticket to Dream Builder Live. And for those that don't know, let me just say, I know many of you do know what Dream Builder Live is, but it's a 3-day immersion personal development conference that is, for many, many people, literally life-changing. And I know for you, Jubril, it literally changed the trajectory of your life, and you're a completely different person because of what happened to you and with you, through you, at this experience. And particularly, you listened. You had this opportunity where you were supported in this environment where you could hear from that still small voice. And what did your still small voice say to you?
My still small voice at first said, "Don't go." I mean, it was two voices that I heard. Don't go. It's not for
So let's
you. I mean, not.
pause because
Hmm?
the voice of fear said don't go, right? But when I say your still
Right.
small voice, I'm referring to, so why don't we say it this way? Your higher power voice and then the human voice. So the higher power voice and the human voice. That way we can identify with you which is which. Yeah.
Absolutely. The higher voice said, "Go for it. You're the man, Jubril. This is for you. You're gonna have the best year ever. This is your time. This is your season. This is right for you, and you're the man." And I just kept hearing that. But then I had heard another voice that said, "You shouldn't go. And if you go, what if it doesn't work out, or it's going to be a joke, or everyone may laugh at you? These are new people. They won't accept you, and they'll know all of the things that you're going through anyways. They'll see it right through you." Oh, that's two voices. But the bigger voice, the still small voice, pushed me. And I'm glad that I listened to that voice.
Yeah. When we were talking the other day, you talked about fear, the fear of versus the fear of. Could you describe that? Because that rocked me to my core when you made that statement.
I'm used to the human voice, Jennifer. So I just kept hearing that at first, but then I had a fear. The first fear was going, but then I had a bigger fear that said, if you don't go, you don't know what the possibilities that your life could be even better. And right now I wasn't happy with my results on my life. So I felt as if I had nothing to lose. So I might as well go. So I pushed myself and I wanted to see my friend again, Nancy. So I went. And I'm so happy that I did. I mean, it's changed my life forever.
So let's talk about where your life is today, because you did say yes and you played full out. You did those 3 days. You received really amazing clarity. I know one of the things that you wrote down at that first Dream Builder Live, and we even have a picture of it, which I think is so cool, was you were divorced at the time and had totally given up on love, which you've already said. But something about being in that immersive experience woke up in you that there still was a longing, that what if there still could be love in store for you, and money and success and all the other things that you wanted. But I know the love paradigm is a really big one working in you. And so you just allowed one little corner of your mind open, which is what we're talking about over these 5 days. You identified some of the negative thoughts like our beautiful viewers have done. You wrote down a possibility thought, that I am statement, that possibility statement that we had our participants do yesterday. And we're talking today about the still small voice. So just imagine, I just want to take everybody into this moment so we can embody this, right? We're sitting in this experience. Jubril's got his journal in front of him, and Mary's walking us through this meditation, very similar to the meditation that Matt walked us through earlier today. And that's recorded. It's in the Facebook group. So everybody can go back and redo that meditation as often as you would love. And there's questions being asked. And these are power questions. These questions are designed to go right into the heart of your soul and unlock your potential and unlock that still small higher voice that is always speaking to us, but we might just be, suppressing it because we don't always want to hear what it has to say, especially if our limiting thinking or our paradigms are suppressing it. So here you are, and the voice says about love. What does the voice say to you, Jubril?
You can find true love again if you believe and open up your heart. So I wrote it down and said I would love to have the love of my life, and that we could be partners forever, and also business partners, and having a best friend. And I wrote it.
Now,
I wrote it right there.
Did your human self believe it yet?
No. No, it did not. Not at all.
I think that's really
good
important.
writing. It felt great writing it, Jennifer. It did.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at it, started focusing on it, and started to believe it. Yeah. But by the time I left Dream Builder, I had some confidence.
Yeah. Well, you did. And you had some tools and you had some action steps. And you also had received an invitation that you said yes to do some deeper work and study with us as an institute. And that has taken you far and wide. So that was a couple of years, and a lot has changed in a couple of years. I know that you are healthier, happier. A lot is going on that's really good. So let us know what's going on in the Jubril life. You are living a life you love, which is what we're talking about this week. What is the life that you love? What does that look like?
The life that I love, Jubril, 2022. I am married. When I left, thank you. We've been married for 2.5 years. You come on over to Keisha Wilson. I left Dreambuilder Live in June and met Takesha in August, and we got engaged in November of 2018. And here she is. I just wanted everyone to see her.
Takesha in the house. I love your wife. Wait, we can't see you. You got to come over by the tree, or like we didn't see it. We didn't see her. She's got to come over further, over your left shoulder. There it is. Hello, gorgeous. So good to see you. Hi. Thank you for saying hi. She's so beautiful. So hold on. You got to slow down because you went like to married and we're like, wait a minute, you just wrote down and you didn't believe it yet. And how is it that, that all happened? So you stepped out of Dream Builder Live and you just began to put these principles into action and expand in them and continue to listen to that still small voice, right? Because I know there were a few moments and things that you said yes to along the way through really listening to this guidance, which then helped you become a magnet to attract this incredible, amazing woman to your life. And then you fell in love, and then you asked her to marry you, and then she said yes, and here you are now married. And what's going on in your business, money, with your daughter and your mom?
My mom works with me. Just got a broker's license. I'm a broker in Maryland, in Pennsylvania, and she gets to work with me, and that's a dream come true. So I get to spend more time with my mother. We bought a new house in April, so my daughter comes with me. She can come and visit, and she has her own room. I mean, it's just wonderful. And she'll be 18 this year, but she's graduating from high school, and she can go to whatever school she wants. Money is not an issue. The last 3 years, I easily make 6 figures before the end of the year. So that money is not a problem anymore. We can get to do whatever we want. And with staying in the structure of support with Brave Thinking Institute family, I feel that I can do whatever I believe that I want to do and whatever I love and focus on. It's just it's just an unfair advantage on living your best life. I'm serious.
Well, or it's fair because you've given yourself that gift. I hear you though, in terms of feeling like, hey, I've got an advantage. I know some things. I've got some tools in my back pocket that the average person doesn't have. So I understand. I totally get it. It just helps you live life with even more ease and grace and flow. And you look healthy. I know you're healthy and you continue to invest in your health and expand on that. I know that that's a continuous goal for you. So I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. If there could just be one last word that you provide about when the still small voice gives you a message that maybe your human self doesn't fully believe yet, what would be your advice to somebody that has received that download from Spirit?
To everyone, I would say, listen and follow your still small voice. Even if you hear both, follow the still small voice. That's the one that's going to take you to the next level. And when you're living your best life, the life that you would love, it's contagious and it helps other people. So just like Nancy Woodring shared Mary Morrissey with me, I've shared it with a lot of people. My wife, Takesha, she's changed for the best. My mother's changed. It's just a dynamic impact. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to share tonight. I'm just so grateful. So thank you.
I'm grateful for you too. I remember at that Dream Builder Live having a conversation between you and the power breathing you and the spiritual side and the waffling, the navigating. We talk about it. We make it sound so easy, but these are literally life-changing decision moments. And so just celebrating everybody that made the decision to be here tonight, celebrating you for the life that you are living, and just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You are so deeply appreciated and loved. Thank you, Jubril.
Thank you. Love you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Thank you. And we've got some pictures. Let me move so you can see these pictures and see me. Really quick, Jubril Wilson on the left there. If you make that big, we could probably read that statement. And it says, What would I love? I would love to have a significant other and soulmate where we could be best friends, lovers, business partners, family, and support each other, purpose and destiny forever. And that literally was his Dream Builder Live. You can see it, 2018, June 8th, 2018. It was our June Dream Builder Live. And there Jubril is with his beautiful bride on their wedding day. So for anyone wanting to create love and not fully believing yet, it is possible. And there's Jubril and Takesha in their new home, brand new home that they bought together this year. So yay, una A, which means give me an A, give me an A. Let's celebrate Jubril. That's fantastic. All right, so we're gonna do an embodiment exercise now. I'll take you another 10 or 15 minutes and then we will close out our time together. So if you loved Jubril and his story of possibility, of finding love, of going from $16,000 a year to 156 figures over and over again, from health challenges to vibrantly healthy, from disconnected from his mom and his daughter to fully loving and connected with his mom and daughter, and many more things, you know, owning their own home, from renting to ownership, you know, some really incredible results in just a couple of years. So grateful for you, Jubril. And say hi to Takesha, give her a big hug for us. And we're gonna move now. Beautiful, yes. Michelle saying thank you for sharing your story. Lots of hearts and thumbs up. So if you are able to stand, go ahead and push your chair to the side and stand on up. If you are unable for any reason whatsoever, feel free to sit up nice and tall in your chair. And my encouragement is to be fully inclusive, even though this is a mind, body, spirit process and exercise where I am going to be inviting us to move our bodies a bit and to become more embodied. There's no reason why not everybody is included in this experience. And I have clients that some are feeling so ill due to some sort of a health challenge or a physical condition that they're in bed. And you can visualize yourself doing the exercise as well. So we are free in our minds. We can also bring more movement into our whole cellular being through the use of visualization and imagination.